So it will show you over the aging report is a different report, you know.
Yes.
There's a report for the aging report. Okay?
So
but in the dashboard it will show you total outstanding. Yeah. Yeah, that's their default functionality.
The dashboard show the overall.
Yeah, the dashboard will show outstanding, total overall outstanding. Okay. The other one is the apply filter. Okay, let's see the apply filter functionality. Let's take playbook so we can apply. Okay. So apply filter, there is a function called apply filter. Okay. And we did here by chance we wrote the destination was the dog. And it will come. Okay, so the apply filter any yeah, so you most of the time you could apply filter using narrations. But if you want to apply filter, for example, everything, the apply filter you can do from any point of the voucher you can apply. So I think so. It's time. Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Okay. Yes. 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 Okay. Okay. Yeah. So very important. So when you are doing unadjusted foreign gain, there is a common mistake people do. Okay. Maybe we do. We'll spend 5 minutes. I think so. It's a very common problem. So we'll address it again.
Yes.
Okay. The foreign exchange issues.
Most of the
Dangerous.
dangerous.
Yeah, okay. Normally we don't like that because it goes into a lot of discussions.
Even sir, we are splitting. After the splitting, same difference will become.
Yes, okay. So forex challenge is always a challenging. Okay, we'll address that issue for 5 minutes. That's the last thing we'll check up. Any other questions specific? Because we also want to show our payroll software, the new version, web-based one. And I think so. I'm hungry also. I'm sure a lot of people are hungry. Okay, I know people want to go back to work at before noon also. So we want to wind up our program. So we'll do this entry of forex exchange. Okay, any specific question?
Depending if you have a customized application.
Yes.
You want to integrate with that.
Yes. Yeah, so we can use API normally. The bridging is possible. Yeah. So, for example, we have our PS software. We have our own PS software. It's integrated with Tally, so it's possible. There are two things. Depends now what your software guy is good in integrating with Tally, or we can initiate from our side, from Tally side, to pull the data from that software. As long as there is an API for it. It's normally we call it API is a language we use for integrations. Okay? Then each person talks to each other. It's called API language. So the software person from the API we can pull the data to Tally. Anything is possible today. Customization is not as long as both the parties are available, then it's possible. say for example, if you have a software and you want to do, if I don't have access to the database, I can't put the information. So it has to be, both the parties should be there to talk to each other. Okay?
This customization.
Yes.
This suppose Powercomputers.
Yes.
If suppose the company is located outside Tanzania.
Yes.
Like the DRC or Jamaica.
Yes.
That also.
Yeah, we can do.
In the country.
No, we can do any customization. There's no problem.
The server in the country.
No problem. Yeah.
Question. For what product keep 3-4 names?
Yes, you can equip it. 2 names is how many names is allowed? Yes, you can put. It's a functionality called analysis.
How many?
10. My team is saying even 10 names you can use it.
For one product.
Yes, for pen product.
Have 10 you just show.
Okay, so we'll show you analysis of a quick one. So you say I put tire, I can use this name. And any of them you can search and the tire will come. Okay, so you can use part number, whatever you can do it. Okay, yes, please.
Explain about this voucher entry approval.
Yes, yes,
When a person enters a voucher,
yes.
will it be in a batch posting or it will be an online posting?
It's going to be as an optional voucher entry. It will not affect any books of yours until you approve it. Okay, please, yes. Sorry? Yearning? Reordering.
We have created a report in which when you log in into your tally, it opens first, it warns you on all the items. Because if you give you alert, let's say if you have 50 items, so 50 alerts will come. So you can't press escape 50 times. That's why we created a report. When you just log in into the tally, the first thing that reorder level report will come. It will tell you the summary.
Okay. Maybe I can re-answer. So the alert, the problem to get alert is you have 50 reordering. When you open your challenge.
Also, secondly, we've done whenever we're doing an item posting, maybe a sale or something, so it will keep on giving a warning on the alarm. But for what purpose? If it's for garage module, then it's completely.
So there is a garage module, we have a completely different module for garage. So if you want to show you the garage module also. But again, I said we have a lot of, see one thing you have to understand, with our experience, we have done a lot of wall customizations. We can't show everything in the time, 2 hours. For example, currently we have done recently for a rent module, automation of auto billing. So if you have 20 clients and you have to auto bill all 20 clients in one go, we have a ready-made customization already for it. So that's why we have done a lot of customizations. Based on your requirement, you discuss with us, we can tell you we have done this one, we have or we can further do it for you. Okay? Any other question? We are going to show the Forex thing. We are preparing. It's ready? Okay, good. So, okay. So can you the question of the Forex, right? Yeah, here is for you. You can see or you can come in front here to see clearly. So this is an entry we have done. Sales we have done for $10 at the rate of 2650. Okay, we have done a sales entry for 2650. Okay, this is a Forex dollar we have done, right? Okay, now the client is paying in T-shillings, right? He's paying T-shillings or dollar? Okay, okay, different. He's paying in a different rate. So whenever you're making entry, you make sure you define first that dollar entry. So one mistake people they do is you have to make sure you go and call that dollar entry. You don't just make an entry. So when you're making a receipt, a lot of people make an error in making the receipt. What is the error they do is they just put the amount instead of using the forex bill wise. If you don't call that bill and you make an entry, you will always get forex. That amount difference will come very big. So when you're making an entry of a receipt, you have to make the receipt entry has to be done very clearly. So can you do a wrong entry? I want you to make it. Okay. So you have done a wrong entry full, or this is only forex difference? No. Remove that entry of receipt. Do it again. Okay. So this is now I'm making a receipt. I'm going to do the error purpose here. Okay, what error I'm going to do? I'm making a receipt. Okay, this kind came in paid shillings. Okay, he paid 25,000 shillings, 26,000 he paid. In shillings he paid. Okay, put 26,000 on. Okay. See now the difference is forex is this one.
Yeah.
Why? Because I did not do the right way of doing the receipts. Now I'm going to do the right way of doing the receipts.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted you to do that error by purpose. Okay? Okay, now let's do the right way, the receipts. And this is the major problem people do, is making the wrong receipts. Okay, you have to make sure you specify the dollar when you're making the receipts. If you don't specify the dollar $10, then that forex amount will come. So when you're making a receipt, if the sales was done in dollar, you make sure when you're making a receipt, you show US dollar 10 also. And then you put the exchange rates.
Show that when you select the bill.
Yes, you show the dollar. You put the dollar sign also. Okay, if you put that dollar sign, then the difference amount will not come. If you don't put the dollar sign, then the unadjusted going parent will come always. That's the important thing you should always remember. That's the default rule. When major problem comes in, people they don't put the currency dollar when you're making the receipts. And you'll see all the forex is problem becomes from there. Okay, you go and check your entry in the receipts entry. Okay. Okay, so I think so. We have now half an hour. We want to show you our power. Please, Zamin, can you come over here before we break for lunch? Sorry, before we have given you a feedback form. Please, if you can fill us for your feedback form. Any area that you want, you can. If you want some services from us, you can write to us. Then we'll reach you out. Any customization services, any other products. Okay, one last thing before, two things in Tally. I want to remind people again. A lot of clients we have come across, I won't remind. You are doing it very good. If you're not doing it, I'm reminding. Make sure backup. We come with a lot of challenges with clients, come and trying to us to help them. There are times we can't help you out. Is you don't do your backup in the right way. Okay? So, number one, just as a good principle of a backup, okay. Yeah, so any backup, number one, don't do that mistake of doing backup on your same computer when you're using the Tally on the server. One thing is people do error is, for example, I'm using Tally and you're taking backup on the same computer. That one mistake you should not be doing. Make sure you do backup on a second computer. One. Number two, try to have an auto backup. We normally give auto backup. Whenever you log in, There's a auto backup functionality, we have it. You reach out to the team. Sometimes, if you take any one service from us, we normally give this file for auto backup complimentary. We don't charge a lot of times to our clients. Okay. The reason is we know people struggle when they don't have backups. So that's why we're trying to, a lot of times, you can request for a free auto backup file. You take any services, and our team will give you auto backup for free. For example, you can this seminar, you can request for auto backup file, we'll give you for free. Okay? And you also think of a lot of backup options are there. For example, use Cloud or other options. Talk to our team, will give you cloud options for backup also. Okay? So these are the things that I want to remind for those who are using Tele, because recently we had instances of client computer was hacked. Unfortunately, they were doing backup on the same computer they were using Tele, and the whole computer was, hijacked by some ransom attacks. So I want you to alert people. Please be careful on your data backups. It's very, very important. Okay, this was I want to tell you.
One thing.
Yes.
Understood. Suppose the Chinese server is a computer. Suppose server was on C drive. So you have the point D drive. So can you keep the?
I would not recommend on the same computer. I repeat, I don't recommend. You can keep backup, but make sure you have a second backup on some other computer. Because the ransom attack happens, they come and attack the whole computer of the C and D drive also sometimes. So that's what I would recommend.
Backup in the cloud, that is safe.
Nothing is 100% safe, but you are 90% you are safe. Okay. So this is payroll. A lot of our clients for a year are using our payroll software for a long time. We've been working with our new software, a web-based solution, a web-based application for payroll. So I will tell you what our challenges in our current software. For those who are using our software, we'll tell you. And then we'll tell you how we have addressed the whole payroll in our new application. Okay? You ready? Good. Okay, so the first thing is the user interface. One of the first things we have worked on is those who have worked, I'm sure we have companies who are using payroll here. Powercomputers payroll, are there people using it? Multi-companies? You have multi-companies? Okay, so for those who are multi-companies, the always challenge being that you have to log out again for different users for different company. This, for report purposes, you don't need to log off and log out. Any report. You ready? Okay. So here you can see the default company, and you can select any other company when you're logging. You don't need to, log out. And when you're with the permission, we'll show you. Can you log in? Okay. So this is our new interface looking for the payroll. One of the major improvements we have done is employee log. Can you show me the employee log? Okay. So whenever you want to add a new employee or edit an employee, currently you want to do changes, say for example, salary. Can you go and edit a salary? So for example, I want to edit a salary. Can you come down? So this is the salary we have it. Okay. So the new functionality that we have added is, you have done any changes, it must to be approved. Okay. Of course, by default, the employee will appear here with approval, modified. So any changes you do, it has to be approved. Okay. As a company setting, you can switch off. If you are, say, you don't need to approve a process, you can switch off the settings. But if you want to use the settings, you can do the settings of approval. That's a major improvement we have done. Okay. Number 2 is the log. Now you want to see whatever changes you have done. It will come here automatically. What are the changes you have done? When was the changes done? So that's another major improvement we have done in our payroll software, which was not there previously. Next one is user rights. Currently, you can now give permissions based on roles. Okay? So you can say, and you can see this person can also log in using multi-company or what. So you can take multi-companies for him. So if you want to give a multi-company, you can take in both the companies and you can give it. A default company will be there for him. Okay? And then roles. You can define different roles, the role scripts. Show me the role where you define the roles. So you can define the roles and you can say this person can do what and what in the payroll. So every person who has a role based on roles, he can actually define what he can do. Okay? See, all these roles can be defined now separately. And you can have a new staff who can be given the right for the roles also. Okay? Next thing that we have worked on in the employees, if you go back to employees, we have done, for example, you can have a staff who can do one step, the other one can do the second step. For example, if you create a new staff, okay, this part can be done by different, second part can be done by different staff, and third part can be done by a different staff also. So that one, we have added that functionality also. Okay? Next one, what we have worked on, uploading of documents. For example, you want to upload documents, CV of a staff. You can actually upload documents, any type of documents. You can upload, for example, CV. And you can view documents of the staff now. You can see, you can view the documents directly. Okay, so that's another improvement we have worked on our payroll. For those who are new to our payroll software, okay, the payroll software. I know a lot of people are not using a payroll software. So payroll software helps us to maintain our records efficiently. We have a leave management, loan management, all the functionality which was there in our old software is there. For example, you want to process a salary for those people who are not using, you come here, you select all, you start the process, and your payroll is ready. Okay? Okay, now you can see all the reports. You can show some reports here. So this is salary reports. You can select, see here in the reports, you don't need to log off and log out. You can select, if you have been given the right for multi-companies, you can come and log in and select the report that you want. Okay? All the reports will come. You get the summary reports. You can export. Okay? The other advantage we have done is you can actually, columns which you want to define. So there's a column visibility. Can you see? You can show which columns you want to show, which columns you want to remove in the report also. Okay? There can be Excel, everything, you can use it. The other major improvement in some of the reports, now for example, from current bank salary summary. Okay? So this is a salary summary report, monthly summary comparisons. Okay, I want to compare my salary of January, February, March and see what is my cost. Okay, so this also. Say it shows me number of staff. In January, what was my payroll cost? June, what was my payroll cost? May, number of employees, you may I need to have 8 months for management purposes, you can get this report. One of the best thing we have come with this one is employee portal. Okay, every employee can have their own portal. Okay, you can log as an employee and loan outstanding, you can apply for a leave, you can apply for a loan. Okay, you can see your bank slip, pay slips also, you can see. So every staff can have their own employee portal. They don't need to come and ask for HR, give me my leave. They'll see. They can get their own pay slip, they can see in the reports themselves. Okay? The option for sending email is also there now in the new payroll. You can send out all the emails to the staff, the payroll. Once it's done, you can just, there is a functionality there, send email also. So yeah, that one we have all added this functionality also. Okay, so majorly worked on right? Yeah. So all these ones, these are all the functionalities which was there in our previous payroll. It's there. Okay. Any questions on our payroll software?
Negative with tele.
So we are working out with the tally. We are trying to come with a new way of connecting it. We are still debating it because we are getting multiple feedbacks. So the default connection will be there. A journal posting will be there, but we are still working on the best way out. Okay.
This is response to
Pay portal. So basically, pay portal is you can upload. So yes, yeah. So we can upload. The format is there. You can upload the format in Java.
format can upload.
Yes, you can upload it. Yes. Yes, please. Okay. Terminal benefit. Okay. Dynamic payments. So that one is taken care. There is something called dynamic payments. We have option there. The dynamic payments can be used to do the terminal benefits. Okay.
The previous one is not doing. The dynamic payments you can actually do from doing any deduction, but in terms of benefit, the transport, the variance of money leave, the notices, all that it has to have in one. So if I'm pulling out the salary slip, it has to show all the section 51 items.
Those can be added.
Yeah, which currently they are not doing.
This one should be. Yeah. In the current one as well, that should be because it's possible as well.
Okay.
Another item.
Yes.
In terms when you actually documented the payroll, when you're pulling out the summary of the payroll. So the data, once you pull it out, the data is distorted. For example, you find the higher education it will not appear, or sometimes it will move to another column. So you have to do manually tracing each item.
Yes.
The column visibility.
The column visibility is there in this report now.
So the distortion, the column visibility was there, but the data when you were exporting it, the data was actually distorted. So
Yeah, this in Excel, right?
in the Excel,
Yeah. So this is native to map column.
another item was another item was in terms of the increment. For example, for my company, we have annual increment, so like which is percentage wise. So normally right now, because I don't have that confusion, I have to manually input the go and change each basic salary for each employee. But the confusion that I can be able to put a and exclude some.
Okay. So some of these feedbacks we are taking up. You know, there are a few things that we are still working on the improvement of the product. See, the whole interface is being changed. So our current energy was on the new interface, and the major functionalities like the employee portal and everything. So there are new functionalities that we have received the feedback from our clients. So we are trying to work on. Hopefully, in the next upcoming versions, we will be able to include some of these things that you have suggested there.
In the protocol,
Yes.
for my company, because we are across Tanzania, so I transfer employees. So in the position for each session, with the current portal, I only have to insert once. If I'm changing the person, it means I need to have a history where this person has been. So
Okay, it can be possible. Currently, what we have worked on the employment salary. But in future, if you want that sort of a log, we can also retain that log of branch, transfer, or location. We can capture that data also for you.
in bank code, I don't know if bank code, I would recommend if because the banks in Tanzania are all the same and the code is the same. So if you can be able to PowerPoint input all the bank code in the system so that when I'm selecting, I don't have to go again in the Excel request for it to be automatically in the system. The transactions.
Yeah, that one we can include that one. That's not a big thing.
In the report, when we're pulling out report, is it with the new system? Is there an option where I can get the VCO graph, the data to be converted into graph form?
No, currently graph forms we have not worked on it, but again, if you give us your feedback, we can work on this one. There's no issues.